Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first official off-season episode of the Football Stooges here live in the studio. I'm happy to announce that we actually still have 4 Stooges, though the numbers are getting jumbled again. We get people in and out, but again, we're going to bring you the best football coverage we can possibly bring you in the stupidest way possible. I cannot do this alone. And as always, my right-hand man, or actually he's on my left technically, but a rare, very rare sighting. So play your lottery tickets. A Yingling-less mastodon, everybody.
Yeah, there's no beer. I didn't buy any.
Man's on detox. He's on
There's
detox.
no beer. There's no beer.
Detoxic.
Oh, man.
And no withdrawals.
No withdrawals.
Thank you, Joe Rogan.
Y'all have drinking problems. Sort of God.
You drink too much water. Or Mamba. You drink way too much water.
Water's good for you. Okay.
Okay, yeah. It's always good for your team, Mamba. Chicago Bears finished with the worst record in the NFL.
Hey, NFL's over right now. I'm a St. Louis Battlehawks, also known as the Battlecocks fan. Okay, I'm a Battlecock.
Yeah, my as we'll get into, my Sea Dragons did not win by 35. It's not great, but yeah, we'll get into that. And anyway, in place for Glami today, possibly maybe even joining this booth in the future. I don't know. We're already getting packed as it is down here. The one and only resident Patriots fan, K Duff. Welcome to the studio, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, really nothing else to say. At least I mean, Pats suck this year. At least I'm not a Bears fan, right, Mamba? Over here.
I mean, who's your quarterback again? Is it Bailey Zappi? Is it Mac Jones? Who is it? I forgot.
Well, currently it's going to be this guy, TB12. So
he's not coming out of retirement. Is that
Oh my
signed?
God.
Is that signed or old?
Wait, is that one day?
no, it's just old as fuck. I've had this thing for multiple Super Bowls. It's my lucky one. What do you want?
There you go. Maston had a lucky jersey and then it got burnt after the game. So,
No, I still have 3 jerseys.
oh man,
What lucky jersey over here? I got nothing.
yeah. Dude,
You're
you
just
gotta
boring
get.
right here.
No, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to anyway. There is a website called DHgate, which just sells knockoff like branded stuff that from China. That's like $15. It looks real. Like I have a couple NBA jerseys. They look real. They look entirely real. It's not like I have a Kevin McHale jersey. Like it doesn't say like Botson. It looks like the real thing. You know.
So it's like the actual.
I know what DHgate is. It's that wholesale Chinese stuff.
Yep,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know what it is.
Okay,
But no, they have like so many options of like customizable jerseys. Like I actually got a old school Rockets Hakeem Olajuwon jersey, and then the Vancouver Grizzlies, the NBA basketball team that used to be in Vancouver, they have this sick teal colored jersey. I'm getting Jason Williams in that one, dude. Like I know it's like you're not actually buying from the league. You're not telling me it's going to cost the league $120 to make a fucking Patrick Mahomes jersey. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Royally, buddy. Like
That's the reason why this is the only jersey I've got, because like they're way too fucking expensive, and I'm out of work right now. So
Yeah.
way too expensive. So, all right. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the action. Let's go ahead and pull up the XFL schedule from week 1. There's actually a game being played right now. It's the St. Louis Battlehawks versus the Seattle Sea Dragons. Go Sea Dragons,
No.
Ben DiNucci.
It's the Battlecocks versus the See Me Dragon These Nuts.
The amount of times you've said that. It gets funnier every time, Mom, but it really does.
Yeah. Nothing but laughs.
All right, first game. Gorlami's Vegas Vipers, as he'll be sad to know, lost 20-22 against the Arlington Raiders in a very close opening game on Saturday for the XFL. Very good start to the game. Vegas was up most of the game, but then Arlington rallied back, scoring 12 points in the third quarter, eventually winning the game. A cool thing we saw with this was some of the rule changes in this first game that the XFL is kind of testing for the NFL. We'll see if that translates to the USFL or not, because they are also kind of pioneering the thing of like, hey, we want to test rules to the NFL, see if it'll work. But one of the rules they had was kickoffs. Instead of having the 2 kickoff teams, their blocking men, if you will, line up at the 40 or 45 of each other's
They were doing
side.
this in 2020, so
Yeah, they lined up literally 5 yards apart maybe 10 yards apart at either's 45-yard line rather than they're like 30. So they were able to like reduce a lot of those high impact collisions. Then there was also a 3-point attempt you could take after a score. So you would score the football in whatever way,
it's
hopefully
3,
on the
2, 1.
ground. Yeah, run the ball. But when he would score, you would have the opportunity to kick a 1-point field goal, go for 2 from the 5, right? And then go for 3.
Yeah, the 5.
Yeah,
From
and
the
then
10.
go for 3 from the 10, which is an interesting way to think about it.
Were you allowed to
It
kick
actually-
for 1 point?
No.
It was
You go for 1 at the 2-yard line.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
okay,
right. Yeah,
got
go
it.
for 1 at the 2, 2 at the 5, 3 at the 10. So high
It
risk, high
actually
reward
did
scenario.
affect one of games. It actually was an impact in one of the games.
And
The
actually,
only rule-
go for it.
The only rule I don't like of what they did for punting.
Wait, what's the
Yeah, the
punting
punt
rule?
rule is weird.
If you kick it out of bounds within their 35 yard, so between their 35 and the end zone, if you kick it out of bounds with punting, it goes to their 35.
Oh, I heard about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Man,
because
that is
like
a massive middle finger up any punter's rectum. Holy shit.
I know, yeah,
because they're trying to be like, you just punch straight to the person. It's like, and
Yeah,
so
but-
here's the problem: you get some punters that could get some long punts, so you punt from your 30. The returner is going to be at the 35, let the ball go over, and probably go in the end zone. It goes to 35.
yeah, there's no touchbacks. So.
Yeah, you can't pin the ball on the one or
That's every
Things like
punter's
that.
dream is to have an amazing punt that sails like 40 yards and then just earks its way for another 10 and then rolls out of bounds at the 1. That is
That's
every
really the
punter's wet dream.
That's the only rule I'm like really against. Everything else, I actually don't mind.
Yeah, it's
Also,
a
I
little
think
weird.
I think they also have it where if you're the offense and you like fumble the ball and it goes in the back of the end zone or out of bounds in the end zone, it's not a touchback for the other team. It gets placed where you fumbled,
Yeah.
which
I'd
I
say
like
the
that
only-
better.
I'd say the only rule change that kind of like threw me off, because I'm okay with most of them. Just the kickoffs were just weird to me, because it's just weird seeing like the return man already waiting for the ball, and literally both teams are already lined up like less than 10 yards ahead of him, rather than the kicking team charging down his throat. So
Well, the biggest thing is they tried to reduce in kickoffs was the collisions, because kickoffs
Yes.
were like a Lord of the Rings-esque type battle where like armies are just
Oh my!
it's like
you know,
like
and
the
then you would
Battle of
have
bastards in Game of Thrones when the horses
Actually,
are
I do like
colliding
the
into one
kickoff.
another.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
mind
do like the
kickoff.
new kickoff.
I like
Because
Because
they-
it actually gives a chance. It actually gives a chance for someone to run it back.
Yeah, it
Right,
was an
and
acquired
then-
taste for me. It took me a while to get used to it, and then I'm like, now I kind of understand why they're doing it. It helps cut down on
Yeah.
injuries.
I
And
mean,
stuff like that.
they're trying to make special teams plays more impactful, so they're able to move the kicking team further back rather than having them up where everybody in the NFL who is any good is kicking a touchback every time. Every time an NFL kicker gets up and kicks a kickoff, it is a touchback. So this rule
You heard
would allow
about-
the NFL to pull it back and say, oh, you can actually have people like Devin Hester who base their whole career on kick returns because it's possible now.
You heard about that rule where I think it's like towards the end of the game. If you're down, you could either do an onside kick or you automatically go fourth down, 15
Fourth and
yards.
15.
On the 35.
I forgot where. But a team actually did that. It actually.
Yep.
They actually won. Yeah,
Well,
and actually won.
yeah, there's a team that actually did one. That was St. Louis last week. if I
Yeah,
remember right.
the Battlecocks. Yep, I saw that game.
Yep.
But all right,
Okay.
let's get into the stats.
Yeah. But also, yeah, I don't like that punting rule. That needs to go.
Yeah,
Because punters
that's-
dream for a lot of things. Also, honestly, the 1, 2, and 3 pointers, I could deal with the NFL adding the 3-pointer. I could not deal with them getting rid of the point after attempt, because I think
The 1 point.
yeah, because so many kickers have made their like career at being the top all-time leading scorer by those extra 1 points. Like you're getting, if your team scores 21 points a game, that's 3 points as a kicker every game. 16 games, 17
Yeah,
games a
I
season.
mean-
That adds up to a lot of points per year.
I mean, basically, your 1 point safety. 2 point, like 2 point conversions, you're not gonna always get your 2 points, and then you just add in a 3 just to extend it out.
Yeah, I don't like that change. I don't think that's going to be one that stays. I love the kickoff. I love having
I mean, if you have
But,
3-point, but it kind of ends like kind of field goal like. Because those are worth 3 points. Maybe up field goals up like one more point to 4.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
You
Scoring
gotta look
nine is
at
weird.
you gotta like war game it, kind of figure out how the pointing
Yeah.
like points would work out.
Yeah.
All right, starting off with the Vipers. Their quarterback Luis Perez, 22 for 38, 249 yards, a 6.9 average for passing, three touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His longest pass was 39 yards, and he took 3 sacks for a total of 13 yards. Rushing was a team effort. Michael Kirzola, John Lovett, Cinque Sweetening,
Rushing.
DeAndre Torrey, and Rod Smith all had at least one
Christ.
carry. The most being Rod Smith had 5 carries for the least amount of yards, only a yard. DeAndre Torrey, 3 carries, 6 yards. Cinque Sweeting, 2 for 6. Lovett, 4 for 10. And Cerzola, 1 for 2. So this looks like they were trying to figure out who their running back was going to be. They all had an average of about 2 or less yards, which wasn't great. They only had 25 rush yards in total, which describes the current state of the football world.
If you're going by carries, it looks like Lovett is probably the leader here. So I'd say
Rod Smith had 5 carries for 1
sorry.
yard.
I'm sorry, I meant yardage. Excuse me.
Oh, his longest rush was a yard. Wow, that's sad.
Well, actually, the reason why you're seeing all these halfbacks like going through and going on is because I think they built the teams 5 weeks ago, and basically all the coaches like, all right, everyone's getting opportunity to play.
Yeah,
And then they're seeing from there how people are.
Nobody knows.
I mean, but
nobody knows.
I know he's an
These
NFL
are fresh
player,
guys.
but
Yeah,
currently geriatric Leonard Fournette could do better than this.
I mean,
Okay,
no
what's that
shit. They're in the
Browns
NFL,
player?
dude.
What's that
They're in the
Browns
NFL for a
player
reason.
that just go? Oh my god! What?
Josh
I have to
Gordon.
look up his name. No, I have to look up
Peyton
his name.
Hillis?
Which
You
one?
talking about
You
Peyton
can-
Hillis?
You want to talk
Maybe.
geriatric? I'd probably look at
Let's-
more like Adrian Peterson, but
I'm honestly waiting for Terrell Owens, Adrian Peterson to get in this league and just tear it up. Tear
I get
it
it.
up. For receiving, there was a lot of receivers. I'll have it the key ones. Cinque Sweetening, 3 for 64. Matavius Bryant, 4 for 28.
weird.
Jeff Bandit, 6 for 81. Matthew Sexton, 2 for 27. And Geronimo Allison, 4 for 41. The only touchdowns were Jeff, I think, Badit, 6 for 81. Bidet. Yeah.
I think it's Bidet.
6 for 81, and he had 2 touchdowns. There was 1 fumble, and it was John Lovett. So overall, it looks like Bidet did the best. He had the most amount of receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And honestly, a good game from the quarterback. 2 interceptions is not great, but at the same time, 3 touchdowns, which is
that last pick was a pick 6, and that killed their chances of winning. So
yeah, it did.
I wouldn't really
It's
say
a painful one.
it was like 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, and Perez throws a pick 6.
Well, Renegades did not score offensive touchdown. All their touchdowns was defensive.
They were,
That is
But was
true.
the pick more his fault or the receiver's fault? I don't know who.
Well, actually, if you want, flip to you can see in here the amount of picks. No, look at under team. You should be team stats. You should see picks or turnovers.
Turnovers.
There you go.
Yeah, turnovers.
1 turnover to
Yeah,
3.
3. Yeah, that's gonna kill you. You can't be throwing 3 picks.
And 2 fumbles.
No, he
to
threw
1.
2.
No,
There was a fumble.
two picks and a fumble. Yeah, I mean you can't let that happen. But I mean,
2
obviously
defensive
these teams are figuring it out. Oh yeah, you cannot allow.
Well,
They
it's
are
safe to
figuring.
say the Renegades have a defense that is going to put the rest of the league on notice here.
What's the player stats for the Renegades looking like?
Yep. Their quarterback, Drew Plitt, 19 for 25, 172, 6.9 average, no touchdowns, 1 pick, 3 sacks for 9 yards. Rushing, they had a very predominant rusher, Devon Smith, 15 carries, 42 yards. Drew Plitt, 5 for 16. Keith Ford, 9 for 24. And Adrian Killens, 2 for 1. As far as receiving goes, Tyler Vaughn's, 4 for 38. Bradley Acronado, 3 for 32. Davion Smith, 2 for 15. Jordan Smallwood, 1 for 2. And then Sal Canella, 7 for 70. There were no offensive touchdowns whatsoever. Again, 2 defensive touchdowns for Arlington in the third quarter gave them 12 points, and that allowed them to set up a final pick 6 that gave them the win in the fourth. Yeah, so it looks like way too early and with too little to back it up. It looks like Arlington's defense is not to be messed around with, and
Well, we don't know if it was just a bad
desired.
quarterback. You
Right.
can't.
There's so
That's
little
true.
to tell here.
That's true.
I mean, it's so early in the season. There's a lot of things we don't know about the teams. They still can be figuring it out. But from what we've seen now, defensive touchdowns, again, we'll see, I think it was 3 down here.
2.
Two defensive touchdowns. Yeah.
With 3 interceptions, technically.
Yeah.
2
So-
interceptions and a fumble.
Mhm.
Who were the guys that got the interceptions here? Can we go to...
You might be.
It should be under
defense.
defense. Yeah.
There we are.
The defensive,
so
we
we
have one
got-
interception for Devontae Busby, I believe.
Bowsby.
I think.
Bowsby. And another one for Tomasi Lawiel.
Yeah, I don't know much about the defensive guys, if I'm honest, but
Yep.
Yeah.
And they both got
The only-
touchdowns. Both
The only guy I recognized in this entire game was Martavis Bryant from his time with the Steelers, but
Yep.
Martavius Bryant.
yeah, the man I know is Ben DiNucci, and he's on the
and
And also
Chelsea
remember
Dragons.
Marquette King. Does anybody remember him?
I
He was
wanna
a punter
say
for
yes.
the Raiders. He was a
Yeah.
punter for the
I remember,
Raiders.
wasn't he the
He
one
was
that
always-
like did
yeah.
a dance with a flag and
Yeah.
threw it on the ground and got a
Yeah.
penalty for it? Yeah.
That was him.
Oh,
that was him.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's wild.
because like he has some good punts. It's just the punt rules in XFL are gonna screw him.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
you did.
again. I don't like the rules. So dominant win defensively for Arlington Renegades. Their offense definitely has something to come with, but that could also be a telling sign for the Vegas Vipers and their defense. So again, way too early to tell with a lot of these teams, but a good win by the Renegades in a tight game.
A side note: if you're a kicker or a punter, like in the NFL, I would think you would be able to play in the XFL or USFL.
No,
Because why not? Why not?
a risk of getting hurt.
How are they going to get
That's in any league, though.
Yeah,
The
that's why you don't
kickers
play in
and
other
punters.
leagues. That's why you don't play in
Also,
other
will
leagues.
NFL
You think
allow-
Justin
will
Tucker?
NFL
Wait, NFL doesn't allow it?
Here's your contract.
Probably not.
You're under contract to play for a certain team.
That actually
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
different leagues. Who cares?
It's still under
that's
contract to play for the
probably
NFL.
reason.
Does.
For the
Uh,
NFL, not XFL. It was
Man,
like there's gonna
fuck.
be a difference.
It's like
Man, fuck
PGA
these
Live
rules.
Golf, shit. So it's not
The only
Uh,
way
yeah.
the only way that would work is if the NFL officially deems the
Deems
XFL and
as
the,
the minor
and the
league.
USFL as the minor league, and they are all
it's like a
all
developmental
32
league. Yeah.
Yeah, all 32 NFL teams are then given a farm team, which there's not enough real estate for a
Yeah, there's
32
not.
team. Farm,
Well, you don't need
farm
30.
leagues.
You don't need 32 teams.
Yes, you
for it.
do. You need 32 teams because every team needs a
Yeah.
farm team.
No, but you know how in the NBA, the G League, some NBA teams don't have a farm league, so they send them to different like G League
Oh.
teams.
Oh, yeah.
There's-
But NBA is
I mean,
kind of different because of
yeah.
less players.
Yeah, you've
Well,
got,
I mean,
you've got like what,
NFL,
a 30, 40 man
I don't-
roster on an NBA team. You got
Bro,
a 52
NFL, I don't think you're
You
going
have
to be able
15.
to
Less than
fill in
NBA.
a
15.
You
I don't
have
think
15 in the NBA.
Yeah, but NFL, I don't think you're going to be able to fill a 53-man roster in the minor leagues with 32 teams. That's a lot of people.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't
That's
think
also
it would
why we
work.
have the draft. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Plus, also NFL considers college as their minor league.
yeah, they get all their new shit from the NCAA.
Yeah, but they could do a two-way system like the NBA. That'd be kind of cool.
There can be there can be. It's just it depends on how they want to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
I
the only
they're
precedent
more
is the
focused
NBA,
on
I'd
expanding to Europe first, though.
Oh,
yeah. As soon as the Jags move to London, that'll happen.
Oh, do you know how
my
mad,
God.
dude? We would have a second Boston Tea Party in London with Jacksonville. They would go to London and burn. Birmingham Palace would be a rubble. It
As
would
someone
be
who's
bad.
walked where the Boston Tea Party happened, I'd welcome it. I'd be down there for it.
All right.
All right. Orlando
All right, what's next?
Guardians and Houston
Oh,
Roughnecks.
this one.
Yes, the Roughcocks. Nice.
Hey,
Why
Wade
does-
Phillips actually got a win in
Why
February.
would you call
It just
them the
works.
Wade Phillips. Wow.
Phillips
Wade
Shot by
Phillips?
actually got a win in February.
Paxton
He got a win in February.
What else is that? The return of
How
replacement
old is
Russ, what
Wade
is there to say?
Phillips?
He's
Let
like
me
in his
look.
70s.
Fuck.
Old people be really surprising me nowadays. I just actually had I played
he was
I played
a
basketball
Wade
in like
He
church
is
leagues around
75
here.
years old.
God,
Yeah,
I
same
played
thing.
basketball in church leagues around here, right? And I'm pretty tall. I'm like 6'6", 6'7" in shoes, right? And I
Damn.
go out and there's a 75-year-old guy that grew up watching like Jerry West and Bill Russell in his early days play, and he's out there playing 21 with me and this other guy because only 3 people showed up that day. He's like he nearly damn near won him.
Damn.
Like
Damn,
76, and he's shooting like Jerry West. It's not like, a clean, Kobe-esque. No, it's just like shots here, boom, right at the basket, and just clink right in. I'm like, what in the name of Bob Cousy?
It's like those NBA commercials where the old timers like fucking like just dunking on like kids in the
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
blanking
that
on his
was a
name. Uncle-
Pepsi commercial.
Yeah,
Uncle Drew.
something. Uncle
Uncle
Drew.
Drew.
Thank
Uncle
you.
Drew. Those were great commercials.
Oh,
They made a
they
movie
were.
out of that. They made a movie.
They did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they had Shaq,
Yeah.
I need to
Reggie
watch that
Miller,
now. I forgot about
Kyrie Irving. By the way, Mamba,
that
you
was-
are getting this work in 2K after this podcast is done.
Oh my
that.
god.
I'm probably gonna fall asleep after this. If I'm honest.
Yeah, he's dodging it. He's scared. He's
Bro,
scared.
we'll play tomorrow. Maybe we'll see.
Oh, you didn't party that hard.
You beat me last time. All right, I'm scared.
I beat you 3 straight.
Yeah, that was rough.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, Orlando Guardians playing the Houston Roughnecks, as Madison alluded to. Wade Phillips of the Houston Roughnecks, head coach, getting a win, 33-12 against Orlando. For the Guardians, Paxton Lynch started at quarterback. Actually, let me something. So my
I
dad,
didn't know what you were gonna say.
my dad actually sent me
He
this.
started.
Okay.
My dad sent me.
I know
this.
what you're gonna say.
Let me find it.
I know what you're gonna say. I saw it on a video. If I know what you think, but Paxton Lynch started.
Yes. Paxton Lynch. This is a tweet from Michael Balco. Paxton Lynch is the only quarterback to ever be benched in-game, mid-game, in the NFL, CFL, XFL, and USFL.
Was he benched?
Damn.
Oh my
Was he benched
god.
the USFL? I thought he got injured.
Yep.
Well,
He
it
got
was down with
benched.
the Panthers.
He got benched.
He was benched. He
I
went
knew that you're gonna say that.
He went 14 for 20 for 125, a 6.3 average, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and long 27 yards, and took 4 sacks. His replacement, Quentin Dormandy, 12 for 18, 142, 7.9 average, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, a 51 long yard pass, and 3 sacks. As far as rushing goes, Jermaine Martin, 9 for 41, Kevin Taylor, 5 for 28, and then only 1 carry for 9 yards for Dedrick Thomas and 1 for no yards for Paxton Lynch. For receiving, let's see here. Dantes Bird, 2 receptions, 11 yards. Charleston Rambo, great last name, 4 receptions, 22 yards. Andrew Jamiel, 3 receptions, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. Cody Latimer, 5 receptions, 68 yards, 1 touchdown.
We'll get to
Eli
that one in a minute.
Rogers, 3 receptions, 29 yards, and Dedrick, and I think it's Dedrick Thomas? Dedrick Thomas,
yeah.
2 for
That's
42.
Dedrick, yeah.
Oh, is Dedrick? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was
Do
able
we
to watch the
discuss
game.
the Latimer touchdown, or do we give that a minute?
What was the Latimer touchdown? I wasn't able to catch this game, sadly.
It was
I wasn't able to.
So it was a little bit of a spiritual successor to a certain Fail Mary.
Oh, I heard about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Fail Mary.
I know what you're
Yes.
talking
Latimer
about.
comes down with it in extreme contention with, I forget who was the defender on him on that play for Houston, but it looks very iffy on either way you call it, and they still call it a touchdown, which
Well,
to be fair,
because what was the
I think I did see
explanation?
that. They were like
Yeah.
both grabbing it and then both
They-
fell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
yeah.
explained
Yeah.
it why it was a touchdown because I think that
In the NFL rules, I know that if dual possession is achieved, if both players catch the football together and are both holding onto it, the offensive player is awarded possession. Therefore, if the catch is in the end zone, it is a touchdown.
okay.
So that explains that, I guess, if that.
No,
I
no,
mean,
that
yeah.
makes sense. I
Yeah.
just didn't have really much of a response for that.
I don't know why I know that. I'm not an official in any level of football, but I know that. For
course
some
not.
reason, I remember that. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Gorlami would probably say the same. He's not a former. He's a current high school official.
I could have taken the ruling on it either way. Like both, like in the grand scheme of the game, it didn't really matter too much because they would end up losing this. But it was still one of those calls that like, holy shit.
Houston, I think, might have an advantage. Wade Phillips's pedigree as a coach could be showing through here in this win. It could be too early to tell. We'll see. But for them, their quarterback, Brandon Silvers, 26 for 42, 272, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 46-yard long pass, 3 sacks for 16 yards, averaging a 6.5 every pass. For rushing, Max Borgany, 8 for 42 for 1 touchdown. Dijon Lee, 6 for 25. Cole McDonald, 4 for 14 and 1 touchdown. And then Brandon Silvers, 2 for 0. For receiving, Travel Harris, or Rayvel Harris, 5 for 48. Max Borgany, 4 for 32. Jontre Kirkland, 5 for 71 and 1 touchdown. Dante Burnett, 8 for 90 and 1 touchdown. Cedric Bird, 2 for 20. So some key performance from looks like Dante Burnett seems to be a key cog in their passing game, as well as Jonte Kirkland, both of them getting both of the touchdowns for them. And honestly, a kind of so-so performance. 26 for 42 is a little low on the completion percentage, I would say. And 2 interceptions does not look great.
Maybe a bit.
So, I mean, but still, despite this, a 33-12 victory.
Yeah, not a clean win for their offense, but still a win.
I mean, but if you're winning with a quarterback performance like that, that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I said it. I called Houston to win. I didn't know it was going to be by this much, but I called them to win because, look, one city's sports organizations can only suck so much. The Browns, some of the Browns' worst years was when LeBron James was in Cleveland fighting for his life.
The Hugh Jackson era. That was
fighting for his life against Steph Curry and the Warriors. So a city can only suck so much. And don't even get me started about the Houston Rockets and their 17-win season last year in the NBA. Holy fuck. 17 wins out of an 82-game season is bad. Bad. Speaking of bad.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game.
This was a tough ending. The St. Louis Battlehawks versus the San Antonio Brahmas was a amazing finish.
And this is that 4th and 15 rule.
Yep.
Fourth quarter. Where? I'm trying to find it. Where's the 15? There it is. So
there we go.
They had a touchdown. AJ McCarron passed to Butler for 18 yards, touchdown. They had a 3-point conversion from AJ McCarron to Prohl, I believe is the name for that. Then they prepared for the onside kick. They chose the 4th down, which is a 4th and 15 from their own 25. They completed a pass to, I guess they didn't have a name, St. Louis number 47 for 22 yards. And
it was Prohl. It was Prohl.
It's Prohl again. Yep. Oh,
Yep.
It was.
Yep.
Whoops. Prohl. To Prohl again. And so they completed and they continued to play on and eventually got down and had Adrian McCarron QB sneak. They had another pass to Prohl for 14 yards for a touchdown and they didn't complete the conversion. And so the kickoff was returned and they had one play, the Brahmas did, with their quarterback Cohen was sacked for -9 yards by London. So, basically, to summarize what happened, AJ McCarron and this guy named Prohl decided to become Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen for a little bit and just went to town and eventually willed the St. Louis Battlehawks to their first win, their inaugural win in the first season back for the XFL. Let's get into the stats. Former Alabama quarterback, former Bengal quarterback, AJ McCarron, 18 for 26, 190, 7.3 average, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and 5 sacks. The rushing game was a little rough. Brian Hill, 6 carries, 55 yards. Green Walker, 2 carries, 1 yard. AJ McCarron had 4 carries for 12 yards. And Mateo Durant, 3 carries for no yards. As far as receiving goes, Austin Prohl led the way, 4 receptions for 49 yards and 1 touchdown. He averaged 12.3 yards per receptions and 4 receptions, 4 targets. That's a great resume so far for him. Hakeem Butler, 3 receptions, 32 yards, 1 touchdown. Brian Hill, 3 receptions, 26 yards. and Jake Sutherland 1 reception, 21 yards, as well as Marcel Aitman 2 receptions, 45 yards. No one else had over double digits in receiving yards. Now,
Swear to God, I said Aikman for a minute. I'm like, in relation to Detroit?
No.
Moving on to the
Which team
Brahmas.
has a Romo?
Is there a Romo?
There is a Romo, and
Is he
they announced.
related?
Oh, they announced.
A Romo?
Maybe I don't know if it's like a cousin or something. But one announcer's like a Romo playing in February football for the first time, and I heard that, and I lost it.
Oh my God.
Savage as fuck.
I mean, hey, you could have gone back in time and told Cowboys fans, "Hey, Ben DiNucci will be playing in February," and they could be like, "What?" And then,
Speaking of relations, Landon Akers for their rushing attack here. Any relation to Cam Akers on the Chargers?
don't know.
Highly doubt.
Akers is a
Probably
common last
not.
name. There's also a kicker
Yeah.
for the Eagles. Last name's Akers, David Akers.
That's
true.
So for the San Antonio Brahmas, Jack Cohen, I believe is how you pronounce that last name.
It is.
25 for 36, 207 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 2 sacks. He also ran for 10 yards on 4 carries. Jacquez Patrick, 10 carries, 38 yards. Kalen Ballage, what a last name, 24 for 84. And then Landon Akers, 1 carry, 1 yard. Receiving, 36 yards and 4 receptions for Fred Brown and 1 touchdown. Jalen Tolliver, 3 receptions, 49 yards. Deion Yelder, 2 receptions, 29 yards. TJ Vanisher, 1 receptions, 10 yards. Kalen Ballage, 3 receptions, 13 yards. Landon Akers, 7 receptions, 35 yards. And Travis Johnson, 1 reception, 17 yards. This was a hard-fought game. Again, it came down to basically the final drive plus onside kick ensuing drive that allowed St. Louis to come through. And I think this was just carried on the back of where is it? AJ McCarron. Had a pretty good game, 18 for 26, but again, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns.
That's my quarterback.
Yeah. Great performance from him to stay level-headed and really lead this team to victory. And he's got experience. He's got a long time as an NFL backup, and also was, I think, the quarterback during the start of Alabama's long tenure of dominating college football.
You're
yeah,
starting
right.
during the middle of it, I think.
Yeah, some in the middle of it. I mean, Alabama's been dominating so long. They started. I remember I was watching the national championship game. And they started, and I was rooting for Texas, and then Colt McCoy got hurt, and I'm like, it's over, and it was.
Oh.
And St. Louis just won again on the last-minute field goal.
Really?
Yes.
Ben DiNucci, no.
Wait, what happened?
DiNucci, no, don't tell me.
What the fuck?
It
did
wasn't DiNucci.
do?
DiNucci did a good, touchdown, and then St. Louis drove back to get the last minute field goal.
Oh my!
Oh,
That's my.
We can talk about that
baby.
next. We can talk about this game next
That's
week.
my Battlehawks, baby.
and
That's my Battlehawks.
Sorry,
Tuno.
I was kind of. I was
Tuno.
having my other screen. I was having it on, just seeing.
Am I about to get a Battlehawk jersey?
all around me are familiar faces.
I have no team in this. I'm just like,
I've kind of adopted the Defenders.
No,
but
you
we'll
should get a DC Defender jersey.
Oh yeah,
No,
I might
fuck
go for
DC.
one actually. That's after the Lemon Bowl. I definitely
Seattle legitimately has the coolest logo. Like, oh look, it's a sword with wings.
For Seattle's helmets are ass.
it could be worse. It's just the Roughneck helmets are literally just mismatched.
It's like
it throws
orange
me
and
off.
green instead of green and orange. It's weird. I don't like this. I don't like Seattle.
oh yeah. I just saw
see
the
me
helmet.
dragging
Ugh.
these nuts helmets, dude. Like, come on.
Oh, and it has like the dragon coming out of like.
I don't like it.
Why is it white?
I
Why the fuck is it white, bro? What the fuck?
no, they have orange helmets.
Oh, it's orange. Oh,
That's probably the way.
Yeah, that's pretty
orange
good.
It does
and
look
green.
bad.
Every time I think orange and green, I'm thinking Nickelodeon for some reason.
They got slimed. All right, let's move on.
All right.
Final game.
Your Sea Dragons and the DC Defenders, yeah.
Oh, fucking worse makes it worse. God damn it, Ben DiNucci.
That's why Cowboys don't want him.
Yeah. There were fans at the stadium that were throwing lemons onto the field that had better accuracy than DiNucci did.
Oh my god, shit was hilarious.
Oh,
my
Ryan
DC
Reynolds. Oh,
actually.
Cool.
DC actually had a football team that won.
I know.
Hey,
And
before
one
we
that
start,
actually had
can we-
fans show up.
Can we talk about DC Defenders fans? That fan
They're
base?
crazy.
That
They're
fan
cra-
base is
they're
the reason why I'm
fucking
adopting
nuts.
this team.
My mind tells me these are all the fans that were banned from FedEx Field that are just like, we have nothing to live for. This team is everything, and then they go
Fuck you,
for it.
Snyder.
Oh,
They're
How
throwing
far is-
lemons onto the field at refs, not just like, oh, lemon. They're like, fuck you, zebra.
No, so
Yeah.
the
And this-
reason
Yep.
the reason for that is because the security guard wouldn't let him do the beer snake with
yeah.
cups.
Mhm.
So in the cups, and they're serving like the ones with I think it was like vodka.
I'll put a
lemon,
picture in it.
and-
It's like
Yeah,
a vodka
that's-
lemonade that had like a whole ass lemon in the cups with it.
Yeah, they have a whole ass lemon, so people start throwing that in the field.
They would drink the drink, take the lemon, and just chuck it at the refs. It was
Just
great.
hear the
Insane.
announcers
I
just
put
like,
in
"Are
the-
the
I
fans
found-
throwing lemons?"
There we are.
Absolutely insane.
It's
Absolutely.
so-
Because I think they
But-
thought they would get in
Nuts.
trouble. They started throwing the smeared off
There,
nips at
pop
the
that
refs.
up, Lob. Pop
Yeah,
that up.
I-
if you can.
1 second.
I put in
Hashtag
Discord,
free the snake.
free the
Free
snake.
the steak.
Oh my god. That is
Copy the
nuts.
image.
And those are some nice ass drinks, it looks like. Like
I know, yeah.
Just copy the image link and then paste it up there.
Or just
No, not the message link.
or open link.
Yeah, the message link will just give a link. to
Open the image in Discord and then right click. Right
you
click
go.
and then or open original,
There you
either
go.
or.
Is this what it felt like
Boomer.
trying to help me set up this fucking green
Boomer
screen?
moment. There we
There we
go. Hashtag free the snake. This shit was trending too on Twitter.
I
It
know.
was, it was
was.
so funny.
Yeah,
Whole ass lemon.
yeah.
They
A whole
better-
ass lemon, a whole ass
Yep.
nip of smeared off. Looks like
You
it
already
came
know
in
that-
regular or pink flavored.
You already know they're not gonna serve those drinks with lemons anymore.
Lemons are now banned in the greater DC area.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Anyway,
Nuts.
Seattle, my Seattle Sea Dragons fall.
To my
18-22
DC defenders.
to it now proclaimed DC Defenders. Ben DiNucci, 35 for 54. 54 pass attempts.
Those picks.
His arm don't get tired. 1 touchdown, 2 picks, 2 sacks. It looks like late in the game they had Steven Montez come in 1 for 2, 6 yards, 3 yards average. For carries, Brandon Knox, 11 carries, 31 yards. Warren Ellison, 3 carries, 17 yards. And Ben DiNucci also ran for 3 yards and 3 carries. For receiving, Charlie
Temapu.
Temapu,
I don't know.
1 for 16. Josh Gordon, is it that Josh
Nate-
Gordon?
Yes,
It
it
is
is
that Josh
Super
Gordon.
Bowl
That
53
Josh Gordon.
champion,
It is
former
that.
New England Patriots, former purveyor and
Like
lover
that-
of smoking
Oh,
dope.
wait, what? Wait,
Yep.
you got a Super Bowl
That
champ?
Josh Gordon. Yeah, Super
What
Bowl
year?
53.
Win.
Pats and
Yeah,
Pats
like
and
half
Rams.
the other Pats players that have ride Tom Brady's
What
dick all the way
the
to the Super Bowl.
Hey, got him a ring. I'm just saying.
I mean, he wasn't even on the Pats for like maybe 3 games.
I mean, Josh Gordon, 6 receptions, 74 yards, 1 touchdown. Pretty good
I
performance.
thought he
Jordan-
played a whole season, no?
Like, Josh Gordon was
No.
tearing up the NFL for a while and just couldn't stay
With the
off.
Browns.
Yeah.
20
He was insane.
Was it 2018? Kato?
no, it was 20. Wait,
18
hold
or
on,
19?
no, it would have been the 2018-19 season because that was the last.
Yeah,
last one the Patriots
2018 he
won.
played 11 games, so that's majority of the entirety of the season.
Yeah, that was the last one the Patriots won. Then we had the season where we lost to the Titans, and then Brady went off to Tampa. 4 went out for the homeboy.
Oh shit, he was on the rosters for Tennessee. He played 2 games. The fuck?
Yeah, he bounced around a bit because he was there. He was in Cleveland, New England, obviously.
Hmm.
He was on
How
another
old
team, I think.
is Josh Gordon nowadays?
Like 30 something.
Called his rookie.
Kelvin McKnight, 4 receptions, 19 yards. Blake Jackson.
Previously also
31.
played for the. Previously also played for the Seahawks and Chiefs. Apparently,
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh
so
yeah,
both
he
of
did
them.
do that. Yep.
And then
He's 31.
their highest receiver actually was not Josh Gordon. It was Ja'Cour Pearson, 12 receptions, 95 yards.
highest
So they-
receiver. I see what you did there.
So the biggest issue here, Ben DiNucci, 2 fumbles, 1 lost. Got to take better control of the ball there, Ben. But they had a
And
lot of
interceptions.
options. Yeah.
Yeah, the
So-
picks killed him too.
Look, he was in a offense that was run by Mike McCarthy, and he was also in Dallas. Two shit places to be. So he'll get better. I trust Ben DiNucci. I have a lot of faith in him. We go on to the defenders. Jordan Tamau was their leading passer. Only eight attempts for 19 yards. Or sorry, eight completions, 19 attempts. Wow, I can't speak.
Stay off the alcohol.
Shut up.
Just start speaking Italian now. You're on that DiNucci
mindset.
He had the 86 yards.
He had the 86 yards. 4.5
and
average.
All of Italy hates us.
Yeah. Our Italian, our entire Italian viewer base, which is zero people. So yeah, Jordan had 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also was at least replaced, or someone came in. Derek King, and that's Derek Deriq, the most interesting way to spell Derek I've ever seen. And trust me,
Indeed.
I was born in the South. I've seen a lot of Dereks. All right, 1 attempt, 1 completion, 2 attempts, 7 yards. Rushing was. You all right? You all right, Mastodon?
Something of that broke him. I don't know what.
Yeah, I see a lot of Derek's. Like, no, not gonna go there.
All
right, buddy. All right. Raquel Armstead, 8 carries, 30 yards. Abram Smith, 11 carries, 28 yards. Derek King, 8 carries, 14 yards. As far as receiving goes, Josh Malone, 1 reception, 18 yards. Ethan Wolf, 1 reception, 12 yards. Raquel Armstead, 1 reception, 14 yards. Josh Hammond, 1 reception, 14 yards. Chris Blair, 1 reception, 10 yards. Lucky Jackson was lucky in the team. He was lucky because he was the only one that caught more than 1 reception. He had 4 for 25 yards. This is spreading the ball around legitimately. 1 reception for every receiving player except for Lucky Jackson with 4 and Jaquez Ezzard with 0 and 1 target. No fumbles by them and only 1 interception, so they really eliminated their turnovers and allowed them to get the victory by 4. Yeah, the biggest issue here was that 2nd and 1 on the home one, Ben DiNucci rush, DC, -3 yards, fumbled by Ben DiNucci, forced by Jay Brooks, recovered by Brooks. So there was a fumble.
At the end of the game.
Yeah, at the end of the game.
Oh, not gonna lie, I watched this game for the fans. Like they're the player of the game.
Oh yeah,
DC Defenders fans are crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah.
I actually was looking. That stadium's not. It's in a pretty good location. So if they lose, they could always go to the Capitol and storm that.
We also got to cover. Oh boy, we got to cover the free agents stuff and like that we're going to cover. So we're going to try to cover the AFC West today about how we thought teams did and everything. So let's go ahead and give our quick predictions for next week. We are going to skip the St. Louis and Seattle game since that actually just happened. We all saw the outcome. So we'll just cover 3 games: the DC Defenders versus the Vegas Vipers, the San Antonio Brahmas versus the Orlando Guardians, and the Arlington Renegades versus the Houston Roughnecks. We're going to go ahead and start with DC and Vegas. I didn't like DC's offense in his last game, even against Seattle, which struggled. But at the same time, Vegas doesn't look great either. I think I'll take DC, even though they're at Vegas. Actually, no, I'm changing. I'm gonna take Vegas.
The Vegas stadium is like a freaking AA like baseball field. I'm not even kidding about that.
It looks awful.
I'm gonna take Vegas though because they're at home and DC fans are there to really inspire them. So I'll take Vegas by 7. Not that much. Mamba.
I want DC by 10. You gotta love them fans. Those fans are gonna bring the lemons to freaking Vegas.
I don't think they're tripping from DC to Vegas.
No. Kata.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when life gives you lemons, I'm also gonna go with DC. Probably win by 6 at least. No,
you get lemons. I don't make lemonade.
Do you know how they have like the president throw the first pitch in the MLB season?
They just have Dwayne
what
Johnson
if they get
throw a lemon.
No, what if they get Biden to throw the first lemon on the field? Or even better, they put him in pads and they have him throw the first pass.
Oh my god.
Mr. President.
We're gonna run Tarantula Banana 2. Where's Jill? Said
Who put this lemon in my hand?
Okay, I have DC by 3. I'm thinking it's gonna be a last minute thing because their offense sucks, but also Ben DiNucci, Vipers coughed it up, choked. DC by 3.
Okay. Next up, San Antonio is going to be at Orlando. This is Orlando's first home game. Florida only has one of the teams in this. Well, I think Texas has like 2 or 3.
3.
Yeah,
Houston, Arlington.
Does Texas
San
really
Antonio.
need 3 teams? Like
Apparently,
San Antonio, yeah. Texas loves football. If you go to Texas and look at high school
is true.
football, they pack stadiums, dude. It's insane. So I think the Florida man, there might be a gator on the field. Ron DeSantis might descend down from the clouds with like a glider. I'm taking Orlando by 3. A tight one here.
Orlando got alligators there? I don't remember.
It's Florida.
I mean,
It's
it's Florida.
Florida.
Like,
Well,
not
I'll
a
see
fucking
the
lake.
There's
state.
probably
so
some
obviously.
hit with a alligator pet in his backyard.
They're not in the Everglades, okay? Come on.
Look, they have lakes there too. I mean, my dad lives in Sarasota. He's got a pond right in his backyard. They've got gators in that. So that's
I have
true.
gators in fucking North Carolina.
they've got sewer gators in
Honestly,
New York, dude.
So is it my turn to pick?
The only
Yes.
the only time you won't see gators is in Indy. Florida sucks. Florida sucks.
I was like, wait a
I got
minute.
it.
Wait, what?
It took me a second. I got
It
it.
did.
So yeah. Anyway,
All right.
Orlando by 6.
Oh.
That's my pick.
Wow, you just skipped over Mamba.
You know,
Apologies.
it's okay. He doesn't know how this works around here. Okay.
I'm the new guy.
Yeah, you're the new guy. You're the intern.
new
All right. You know what? You guys are going for Florida man. I'm going for San Antonio man. All right. I'm going for those San Antonio Cowboys out there. Give me the Browns.
5.
7.
Okay.
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah. San Antonio by 3. I think both teams just suck.
It's going to be just a competition of who's going to suck less.
Mhm.
I think the biggest thing is whoever has more turnovers in any of these XFL games loses. It's all about
All right.
turnovers, I think. Next up, Houston Roughnecks versus Arlington Renegades, the last one. It's in Houston. The coaching experience, I think, is going to really help Houston. It showed in their last game. They had a subpar quarterback performance and still won the game by a decent bit. So I'm taking Houston in this game by 14.
All right.
These are probably the best 2 teams in the XFL.
Thus
From-
far, yes. Is it week 2? Yes.
Well, even odds. In odds too. Betting odds.
Yeah.
True.
So, give me Houston by 10. We'll go for Houston. I see what happens. It could be a 50-50 ball. Any way it could go.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. It could go 50-50. So that's why I'm going to say, hey, giving the win to the Renegades. Give them a win by about 6, I'd say. That was cheesy as fuck, but I'm proud of it.
I think Houston by 7. I don't trust Arlington's offense to really do much.
They were a non-factor in their last game, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
So
honestly,
Houston
the
by
worst
7.
logo. The worst logo.
Yeah, if we're going by logo, coolness, I would say Houston to win, but I don't know. I got a feeling about
Seattle's got a pretty cool logo. So does Houston. Orlando. The Brahmas is a little weird. It looks like a B. DC Defenders, I can kind of see it. I wish they had like a C in their secondary color near the D, like inside of it, which would be cool. The Vegas Vipers, there's no snakehead. It's kind of odd. The
it
Battle
kind of looks
Hawks,
like the sides of the hood. But wait, Vipers don't have hoods. Wait.
exactly. So the Vipers one's a little weird, but it also makes a V, so cool. The St. Louis Battle Hawks, like you could add a hawk right at the bottom of the hill and the St. Louis arch here. That would make it so much better, but you didn't. And then like Arlington. This looks like some kind of minimalist new age tech company that hires only 13-year-old like interns.
I could pull up my Xbox 360 right now, put on Call of Duty Black Ops, put that on the emblem maker right now if I wanted to.
Oh, calm down, Kyler Murray. Calm down there, all right? Relax. We're in the
man.
off season, all right? Relax.
Oh,
Exactly.
man.
So much time to play video games.
Oh, fuck modern
All
COD.
right. So, we're gonna go ahead and do some of the off-season stuff. The thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take each division, excuse me, by each week, and we're gonna cover a couple things. We're going to list, how we would grade their season on a scale of 1 to 10 for how they did. Identify some issues that they have. Look at what they've done already as far as signings, hirings, blah, blah, blah. And then look at who they're losing and who they should target in free agency. So since Gorlami's out this week because of a prior commitment to his wrestling schedule for coaching, we've decided to skip the NFC North because we also have a Bears fan in Mamba and then another fan of the NFC North team, the Packers, in Gorlami. So we wanted to change to a division that none of us really care much about, and that we all kind of hate because it's a shit division. No one likes the teams in it. They're all shit. We wouldn't care if they were blown off the face of the earth. The AFC West. So let's go ahead and start with the team that everyone hates and no one should like. And if you like it, go ahead and sit on the spinning cactus covered in hot sauce. Kansas City Chiefs.
Hooray! They won another ring.
Them?
Super Bowl.
Oh God.
Okay. First of all, we'll start and we'll talk about how we think they did. I think it's safe to say across the board it was a 10 out of 10 season for them. They won the Super Bowl. I don't think there's anything else that you can say.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, on a gimpy legged Patrick Mahomes, no less.
Yeah,
gimpy leg Patrick Mahomes beats everything. God damn it.
Who would have thought, right?
Who would have thought?
God. So after that, then we talk about what they've done so far as trading signings. They haven't really done much. They had their offensive coordinator move on. The one Deshaun Jackson hates and LaShawn McCoy hates. He moved from
Blaming?
Yeah, the enemy. Yeah, he's gone to Washington now.
Yep, he's now in Washington. Yes. Yeah. A lot of NFL players hate him, and I mean hate. It's not like I don't like. It's like a vehemently like this. I hate that guy.
Yeah, so it's a match made in heaven. The team everybody hates, and the offensive coordinator everybody hates. So
Wait,
exactly.
He's going to be the offensive coordinator for Washington?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Masson finding this out, being an NFC East fan, like the Commanders only get worse.
Ron Rivera wanted him.
I don't know if Ron Rivera had the decision. Dan Snyder probably.
Yeah, that's the thing though, because I saw something like someone saying, "Would you worry about the coaching?"
You know what? Schneider's trying to lower the value of the Washington.
Yeah. The way I look at it as a
Washington
Patriots fan, when you're the best, everyone tries to scalp you. As a Patriots fan, I've seen the Detroit Lions try to do this a lot. Maybe teams are starting to try and do this to the Chiefs now, because if they get some of that greatness, that won Super Bowls, maybe they'll get some greatness out of it as well.
The thing is that Belichick
never happens.
Never work out.
Never works out.
Go to the salary cap, what they have now. So I think the only thing Kansas City needs to fix is Patrick Mahomes' ankles.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some guys leaving. Which
Wait, can you go to the salary cap?
I clicked it. It's loading. That's the thing. I don't know what's going on.
The only one I know that's gone for. The only one that's gone for sure is Chad Henne, who's riding off to the sunset on that Super Bowl win. He's retired.
Yeah, no,
he's old.
He was a Michigan quarterback that I watched up in my youth as an elementary age student play football for the University of Michigan. So he's been around a while.
Ooh, I see a name I want to mention here. Juju Smith.
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. But this is their cap. Where are they?
All right.
So they have 2023 projected draft. They have a first, second, third, 2/4, 1/5, 3/6, and then 3/7. So I don't know what they're going to do with these picks. They'll probably draft somebody that they'll have on a practice squad for 3/6 and 3/7. But
spread them out if you can.
They have a where's their cap remaining? That's their cap hit. Their dead cap. Dead cap.
Should be at
Here we go.
There.
So they have very little cap space, about 500,000 remaining.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Is it updated with the cap space increasing this year?
Yeah,
That's if it's
That's a good
not,
question.
It
it's
should
gonna be a little
be.
bit more. Okay.
I think, is this the adjustment? NFL salary cap,
Mm.
22 rollover cap, adjustment, negative fourth
So-
million 500,000.
So does that mean they have
Mm.
223 million in space? That doesn't seem right.
No, I don't think they have that much.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a lot. No.
They don't have.
Well,
a
I
ton
mean,
of
they have 224 million in, or 223 million in adjusted salary cap. Look at the top right.
yeah.
So
But
But
some
the
who
free
can you
agents.
re-sign? You have no money.
yes, they don't. They
Yeah.
can't really sign a lot of people, and they're losing a lot of different
Yeah,
people
they've got-
here as well.
They've got a lot of people out there: Juju, McCole Hardman, Orlando
Yeah.
Brown Jr.
So, Orlando Brown Jr. is a key left tackle for them that did a great job.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster, a receiver that did very well for them, at least as well as you think he would have done. Carlos Dunlap has been a bit overlooked, but also is getting older, so I don't know what you're going to do. You're not going to sign him to $3 million, I don't think. I think he's going to get a $1 million or lower. They had Derek Nadai, Andrew Weil, Chad Henney's retiring. Ronald Jones II didn't play. Michael Burton, Blake Bell, Jarek McKinnon did play some at running back, but that was behind
not let him
Pacheco. Yeah, Pacheco has gone
And
from
CEA as
maybe
well.
starter to like probably one of the best
Yeah,
running backs in the
Oh, yeah.
AFC. Like,
He was
he's
a surprising pickup for them this year.
very surprising. He runs so hard. Runs
He's a
well.
rookie, I thought.
McCole Hardman's another
Yes.
one that they could be losing.
Yes,
I
McCole
mean,
Hardman
there's
is
a lot
wide
of teams that are-
receiver. That's a big
A lot
one.
of teams are going to need wide receivers this year.
Yep, and I think he's going to get paid a lot more than 1.2 mil. I think that is
Oh, yeah.
something that he's going to get
Oh,
a
yeah.
reason to pay. So
Him and
that-
Justin Watson too. Further
he is
down.
an unrestricted free agent. They can't really do anything about it. He could just go. So
Yeah.
another big person they're losing, that they'll probably bring back, I should say, is Tommy Townsend. Their punter, who's done a great job. He's an Australian punter, an amazing punter. Definitely
He's an Aussie?
overlooked a lot. Yeah, I believe so.
Huh.
Good.
I would say the biggest one is Orlando Brown for the offensive line. That's really who I could think of is going to be the biggest loss for them.
Oh no, he's
Yeah.
amazing.
They already
What am I
have-
thinking?
But like they get receiver in the draft.
True.
They find like Andy
Yeah,
Reid
they
find
could- yeah.
receivers.
No, I was
They
thinking of
can
somebody
also-
different. He was born in Orlando,
Yeah.
Florida. He's not Aussie.
They can also find a lot of replacements for him in the draft. Like the tackle pool in this year's draft is deep. It is.
It is
Mm.
very
I think
extensive.
it's got mostly guards, tackles, and I think a bunch of wide receivers as well.
There's a couple quarterbacks too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Bryce Young. You got
It's on CJ Stroud,
CJ Stroud,
Levis,
Stroud.
Tanner McKee,
Hendon
Richardson
Hooker.
from Florida.
Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee. That's what I think. I think Hendon Hooker will be good in the NFL. The biggest issue is he has to rehab that injury. Yes, so I think a team might take him, saying, "Hey, we're not going to be good this next year, even with a healthy Hendon Hooker. You're going to sit out the whole year, and we're going to bring in more draft picks because we're going to suck again, which is going to be the Texans." So as far as Kansas City, I think who they need to re-sign off this list, one wide receiver. Maybe that's someone on this list. Maybe that's somebody that's not on this list. But I definitely think re-signing another wide receiver because, again, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have any elite people to throw to right now except Travis Kelce. So you need a good wide receiver, I think, because obviously they lost Tyreek. So maybe get another wide receiver of some kind in here. Definitely re-sign Orlando Brown if you can. Then I would definitely try to keep Tommy Townsend. He's a good punter. You always want to have a good punter, not a bad one. Sign him for a decent deal. And then just, find a backup quarterback late. You have a bunch of picks late in the draft. Find a backup quarterback for Patrick Mahomes because you're losing Chad Henne and Shane Buchele, whatever his name is, the third string.
Could an argument be made that they keep Juju? I mean, he was a kind of an integral piece of the Super Bowl win this year. Like
He won a
Say
Super
they-
Bowl. He's going to be paid more money probably. That's a 3.7 million hit or above. I don't think that's worth.
He's gonna get paid more.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I said this last week. Juju has always had a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I don't think Juju is that great. I don't think he's Chase Claypool bad, but I don't think he's as good as a lot of people say he is.
Yeah, the Steelers had to just get rid of them because they're starting to become drama queens. And they got enough of that with AB and Le'Veon in 2018.
They didn't need TikTok boy up in there.
No, they don't need them Corvetting all over the place.
Yeah, but I definitely they're not losing a ton of amazing players. I definitely think
Orlando Brown.
The biggest needs that they need is
Brown.
re-sign Orlando Brown. They really need to focus on getting some help for Chris Jones defensively and secure up that secondary. Other than that, if you sign Orlando Brown, that offensive line basically stays the same, and they're great because Creed Humphrey is amazing, great pick. Orlando Brown continues to secure that up. You basically put more pieces around Carlos Dunlap. That's great. Be able to rush the quarterback a little bit more effectively than just him, and get some more guys to cover in the secondary, and you'll be great.
That's
some help for L'Jarius Sneed, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was one of my critiques about Kansas City this whole season. Like their secondary has been kind of in a state of identity crisis with like pieces losing. Like they lost they didn't just lose Tyreek Hill. They also lost the Honey Badger as well.
Their secondary has always been iffy for the past 5 years.
Yeah,
they haven't had
Kansas City has never had a secondary elite the entire time Patrick Mahomes was there, even with Tyrann Mathieu.
They had 2 first-round picks on it. They had George Karlaftis and Trent McDuffie this year, and it was pretty suspect. So
yeah, why stop the enemy team when you can just outscore them with Patty Mahomes? Like,
yeah, but still, defense helps win championships as much as Patrick Mahomes would.
Absolutely. I do think the better defense they get, the more opportunities they have for more championship wins, which I think is what they want to do.
Of course.
They got lucky with probably the worst game I've ever seen the Philadelphia Eagles secondary ever play in the Super Bowl. Yeah. All right, Kansas City. Let's go next to the one.
Is it going to load?
Broncos country.
Oh.
Broncos country.
Oh no.
Yep.
Broncos country.
Ride. Straight to the glue factory.
Let him cook.
I think we went from a 10 out of 10 in the Kansas City Chiefs in their season. They won their division. They won the Super Bowl. They did everything they needed to do, and they came out on top of the NFL. I think because of the expectations that were had for the Broncos, all the hype they had built up going in, and the absolute travesty that it was, I would say, I would agree with Maston on this, 0. Nada, nilch, nothing, donut, bagel, bupkis. Nothing.
Actually, I'm gonna go -1. I'm sorry.
-1.
Yeah, I'd go
because they picked up Hackett as their head coach.
A man who lived up to his name and was a complete hack, as it turned out.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is being paid $22 million in a cap hit and $107 million in dead cap.
Wait a second. Why is Sutton getting paid 18 mil? What?
Yeah,
he's paid
Sutton.
18 mil.
Why? He's not even that great.
That is 7% of their cap.
Tell that to John Elway, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that anymore.
Walmart. Tell that to Walmart.
John Elway's not the one doing the signings anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Nope. It's all Walmart now. So I definitely think issues that they need to address, obviously.
Well, they got a new head coach.
They have Sean Payton.
Yes.
Which is, I mean,
a good start.
It's a good start. He is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he's had experience with shorter quarterbacks, Drew Brees. So, I mean, am I comparing Russell Wilson to Drew Brees? Not really. Obviously, they're pretty decent separation between the two of them, but still, Russell Wilson has shown to be a good quarterback, and he's had his issues, yes. I think the biggest issue that is arising is that people are kind of tired of Russell Wilson's always happy attitude, which is a good thing, but at the same time, it can really drag a team down when you're doing jumping jacks on 32,000 feet in the middle of a plane ride.
Right.
So, like, there's got to be some balance here, Russell.
Bro, let him cook. Let him cook. Come on.
The team was turning against it. If you say let Russell cook, man, he's going to cook you like a British bison bolognese with mac and cheese and toothpaste, okay? Don't ask for Russell cooking.
It's the Homer Simpson's pours a cereal and milk and it catches on fire.
Can Gordon Ramsay just come into the locker room and yell at Russell to take his jacket and fuck off?
You fucking donut! Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off.
I think the biggest problem was just Hackett is not a good was not head coach material.
No, he was flat out exposed week 1 that he was a product.
The only reason why Denver got him was just try to get Aaron Rodgers. Now the Jets has him an offensive coordinator try to get Aaron Rodgers to the Jets.
That's right.
Did they see him as offense coordinator for the Jaguars in 2018?
Yeah. As far as people they're losing, tackle Calvin Anderson, right tackle Billy Turner, guard Tom Compton, strong safety Kareem Jackson, running back Mike Boone, guard Dalton Reiser, tight end Eric Tomlinson, who was actually a decent target for them. As well as this is like a tackle, right tackle, guard. Those are three guys that were paid 2.2 million, which is a decent bit to pay for linemen. Not an insane amount, but those guys are either starters or backups, especially starters since how injured they were. Andrew Beck, fullback, Eric Staubach, tight end, Deshaun Williams, defensive end, Latavius Murray, running back. He's going to get a lot more money somewhere else. Alex Singleton, linebacker, DeMontre Jones, defensive end, Darius Phillips, cornerback, Marlon Mack, running back, Brett Ripon, quarterback. That is their backup. Dakota Allen, linebacker, PJ Locke, safety, Esang Basie, cornerback, Jonas Griffin, linebacker, Corliss Waitman, punter, and Jacob Bobenmeyer, long snapper. So I feel like they're going to pretty quickly reassign their punter, long snapper, unless they plan to take one in the draft late. I don't think they will.
No.
What's their cap looking like?
I think, top right. It should show the adjustment.
Oh, they actually have a decent amount left.
They have it, yeah.
They can go bargain hunting for hunting.
Wait, can you scroll up because top right shows adjusted? Oh,
here we go.
So they have
the estimated cap space.
And now that Sean Payton's there, they could be a draw for some
players.
Players, yeah.
Here's the biggest problem for the.
Go.
The biggest problem for the Broncos, they have no draft picks.
Yeah, their first draft pick doesn't come until round 3.
Yes, they have
round 3.
2 third rounds, 1 fourth, 1 fifth, 1 sixth.
Yeah, they would have had the fifth overall pick this year if
honestly,
the Russell Wilson trade.
I think you start trading some of your current players on your roster for picks. Like scroll back up for a sec, because like that contract for Sutton, like that's too much. You need to get rid of him somehow.
Yeah, that's trade material.
That's a lot of money to get rid of, though.
It is.
That's something you could use to move up, though.
There's probably going to be a buyer for Sutton. Unless you like,
Bears.
Yeah, Bears. That is true.
If Broncos somehow trade into the first overall spot, I'll eat.
Russell Wilson for Aaron Rodgers.
No, he's not going to go to Denver.
No, I wouldn't say he would go to Denver, though.
No.
Why not Denver? Weed's legalized.
I mean, there's that, but
I don't think it's that. It's
play for John Elway.
Can you scroll down a bit? Like, wait, who's Tim Patrick? Why is he?
Who is Tim Patrick?
Is Jerry Jeudy still on his rookie contract? Wait, what? Oh, he's still on his rookie contract.
So here's the issue: Jerry Jeudy comes off a contract next year. Pat Surtain comes off a contract.
Surtain, but
they're going to be paying
Justin Simmons, Garrett Boyles. Oh man.
Yeah.
And Jerry Jeudy, you're gonna have to pay around that 15 to 20 mil.
I mean, it could
15 to 20 mil area. Actually, it
worse.
says calculated market value on the right hand side. It says
Gregory.
A little bit
Jerry
down
Jeudy,
there.
20 mil.
20 mil.
Oof.
And their linebacker core has already taken a hit. They lost Bradley Chubb earlier in
they
traded season. They traded him to Miami, I think.
Miami.
Now, who could they target in free agency, honestly?
That's a good question.
Let's look at this.
I mean, they have money, so they can do something, but
they've got a lot more space than Kansas City does. So
they need to move that Sutton contract somewhere else, dude. That's too much money for him.
I think the biggest thing was just mainly going to be coaching for me. I think that was just a big problem.
That is true.
I mean, they could go for a scrub like Nelson Aguilar. I know the Patriots might be shipping him off this offseason.
I was catching babies from rooftops, unlike Aguilar.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to. I don't know.
But he has a Super Bowl ring.
See, to me, I don't know what area they really need to upgrade on, because really it was a coaching issue from my perspective.
The defense was okay. I definitely think that the
No, they had the number 2 defense.
Yeah.
They had the number 2 overall defense.
Yeah,
They did.
because they were on the
Who they-
field 90% of the game.
They-
God
they-
No,
damn.
no. There was stats saying
Wait.
Denver would have scored at least 17 points in almost every game, they would been like 12 and
Yeah.
5.
I mean, you look back to the Los
who'd they
Angeles Rams
trade
game they
to
played.
Miami
It
on
wasn't
the
the
defensive end?
defense Patrick Starr was mocking. I'm just saying.
So then you
That's
gotta do
called an interception.
That's not
what he
wanted to call.
who's their halfback? Broncos. Probably
the last
someone
guy
no one
I
that
fucking
great.
remember was Philip Lindsay. I
So
don't
I
even know
think
what their running
here's
back
what you target.
looks like.
You need to target a real good running back to help balance out that offense with Russell
I know
Wilson.
Josh Jacobs is probably going to be.
That might be, but Josh Jacobs is going to ask for like 20 mil, maybe more.
This
20
page does not want to load.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Why not?
I mean,
Oh yeah,
but
he was the best
Yeah,
running
he's gonna
back in
ask
the
more
NFL
than-
last season.
he's gonna ask for
he
more
had
than
a better
20 mil.
season than Derrick Henry. Yeah, oh yeah, he's going to get probably 22 mil, 21 mil. Yeah. Josh Jacobs is getting a lot of money.
That seems expensive for a running back for me as well.
I mean, yeah,
he's
but also at the
young.
same time, he could sign a 1-year deal with Buffalo, which
He's
a lot of people
young.
are saying.
Why would
You
he?
know,
why would
Denver
he do
Jacobs,
1
I
year?
don't want to face that guy twice a year.
That's a terrible idea. You would not want to do a 1 year when you're young.
That's all the money Buffalo has. If he wants to win a ring, he would go to Buffalo. That's all the money
Yeah.
Buffalo has.
Yeah.
They would need to take another loan from the citizens of Buffalo.
But yeah, I think halfback you upgrade to balance out the offense, and then get rid of Sutton and get a different wide receiver because goddamn, this is that contract.
Yeah, and there's going to be a glutton of receivers both in the market and the draft. So
Uh-oh, what
they'll
do you
have
do?
something.
Give me a second. This thing's not loading.
Oh, Lob's fucking peasant Wi-Fi.
This site's bad. The site is great, but it takes so
I think
long
it's your internet.
to
There's
load.
a lot of information. Yeah.
It's coming
There's
from
a
my
lot of stuff to load. You can try to load it right now, Mamba. See if it comes up for you. Sports
Sport
track.
Tech.
Okay, here we go. I got it back.
Okay.
Right,
So
whatever.
as far as other things that other like positions that they could, these are all quarterbacks.
Just filter
Yeah.
by position.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, all positions. Update.
Or not.
Give it some
I clicked
time.
update. It just takes time. You could try it yourself. This thing takes a second.
Lob's
It's calculating everything.
poverty internet's gonna take some time. Don't worry.
Take its time.
You sure your wife's not on the Wi-Fi watching some stuff?
I'm connected to the Ethernet, dude. This is how bad it is. This is how
Okay,
bad
yeah.
it is.
Now you know.
This site
you know what
is
it's like.
this site is
It-
quite rough.
It's not that bad.
Eh,
I'm like,
Here we go.
There we
So-
are. All right. Robert Woods. I forgot he's still.
Yeah, Robert Woods.
yeah.
He didn't have a great season. There's also left tackle Taylor Lewan. He's injury prone. I like the Bengals to target that. Honestly, I don't want more than Jomo Williams. He has about as effective footwork as George Marason with 2 left feet.
Yannick
wait, which
Ngakoue's
team
a free
Robert
agent?
Woods on? I forgot.
Tennessee.
was
Remember, he's
Tennessee.
traded
He was-
to Tennessee.
Oh yeah, okay.
Fletcher Cox from Philly, Robert Quinn from Philly, Brandon Graham from Philly, Javon Hargrave from Philly, DT, DN, DN, DT.
You know what? You could probably filter by AVC. Actually, no, it's already doing that. Never mind.
Gesicki's a free agent.
Gasecki, that's a good tight end
Wait.
target to have. Dalton
this-
Schultz.
that's-
Oh, that's a big one. Dalton Schultz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
10 mil? Really? 10, 11 mil?
Sterling
That's it?
Shepard,
He's young.
DJ Chark.
Unless
He's
you
young.
unless you are Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce, you're not getting paid 15+ mil to be a tight end.
Jordan Poyer's
That's
also a free
interesting.
agent. I
Okay.
didn't know
I
that.
didn't- I didn't
Jadeveon
know that.
Clowney.
Yeah, he was on a 1-year
George
deal. I think.
Ingram's
with
on
George.
George Fant, Evan Ingram, Jason Kelsey's a free agent.
He might
pretty-
retire.
He might retire, yeah. Adrian Amos, Randall
Where's the
Cobb
halfbacks at?
is
Kevin
should
McCourty
be-
also. I don't
thought
know what
Randall
his deal
Cobb's
is. He's
retired.
getting old. He might
Yeah,
be.
he's too old. Is there no halfbacks
Randall
in the
Cobb's-
free agency?
There's gonna be
running.
Rashad
Well, there's
Penny.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt,
Rashad
Penny,
Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. You have
Kareem
Josh
Hunt.
Jacobs.
Ooh, that would be a good pickup. Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
That would
I
be
had him
Definitely-
in fantasy.
They
good
definitely
pickup.
need a running back. I think they need a running back, and then they need to get maybe a complementary weapon aside Jerry Jeudy. Maybe honestly target a tight end. I don't know many tight ends that are in Denver right now. I know there's that one long hair guy that caught the first touchdown Russell Wilson threw in the entire Broncos career. But get yourself a Mike Gesicki or better yet, a Dolphin Schultz. You go get Dolphin Schultz. Kareem Hunt, Dolphin Schultz as if you can afford that as Denver. Woo.
I think they
probably
can.
afford
They probably
Kareem
let
Hunt.
some people go. Yeah.
They ship out Sutton. They definitely have the space.
Yeah, they make sure the line is secured up well. And yeah, I would definitely say get a good running back and get another weapon, preferably a tight end. Your receivers are kind of all right, but you don't have any tight ends. Get a good pass catching tight end. There's Gesicki, there's Schultz. That's two good options to have.
And also, there's also cheaper wide receivers on the market too. I saw Jacoby Brissett in there.
That's a tight end.
No,
Jacoby Brissett's a QB.
QB. What the fuck am I talking about then?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Nelson Aguilar,
Aguilar,
Sterling Shepard, DJ Clark, Randall
I thought Randall
Cobb.
Cobb
He's
retiring.
if he's not in Green Bay, if Rodgers not in Green Bay, Cobb is in the retirement home. He's already got 4 feet.
Yeah.
Anyway. DJ Chark, I saw.
Marvin Jones. He's old, but still good. Julio Jones.
Julio,
Injuries.
Oh yeah,
that's a problem.
No.
That's iffy.
Big problem.
Byron
Pringle out of Chicago.
Any thoughts on that, Mamba?
Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard has officially said he is not returning to Green Bay. So that
Jacoby Myers. That's another one we could.
Jacoby Myers. Alan Lazard, Jacoby Myers could be pretty good. Alan Lazard could be a good wide receiver too to Jerry Jeudy. I think that would be a good matchup. That could be.
I'd like that matchup.
Yeah. Then there's Juju.
Juju's out there.
Do you really want Juju? No.
No, but he's going to be wanting to be paid by somebody.
There's really
Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry. Damn.
Wow.
Maybe.
He definitely had an off season, but not bad.
Cam Sims out of Washington.
Yeah, now we're starting to get a little. Yeah, we're starting to get a little.
N'Keal Harry.
N'Keal Harry. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next team in the AFC West. Let's go ahead and go to the Las Vegas Raiders.
All because Josh McDaniels 0. Josh McDaniels.
I'll give it a 1. I'll give it a 1.
Yeah, they didn't do great this season. They had a lot of ups and downs. They had Devontae Adams supposed to be great. I didn't think they were going to be great because they didn't really do anything else besides Devontae Adams. Yes, it's a big signing and that's great, but I mean they soured the relationship with Derek Carr, which is why Derek Carr went there or Devontae Adams went there first place because they were teammates in college.
Exactly. So with Carr on the way out, Devontae Adams is gone. That's just going to cause
so
huge
I definitely think this season was a 2 for them. They won a couple games, but like other than that, the Raiders Nation, what happened?
I expect them to take a step back with the McDaniels hiring, and let's take a step back. They did. They really should have stuck with Rich Bisaccia. It's looking like that hiring is looking worse and worse by the day.
Let's go ahead and go to their salary cap. Yeah.
This is pretty bad.
Their estimated market values of some of their players. Josh Jacobs is leaving. He's an estimated $12 million. Derek Carr, $37 million.
They're losing.
Isn't Josh Jacobs
Mac Hollins?
Is he on contract or no?
Nope. They did not pick up his 5th year.
And as far as draft, they have pick number 7 in the first round, a second round, a third round, 1 4th round, 3 5th round picks, 2 6th, and 2 7th round picks.
I feel like they're going to do something stupid with that first round pick. Like say they don't land Rodgers, which they think they're going to do, so they get Will Levis or something like that.
You got to get kicker.
They'll probably pick someone.
Quick thing from Sports Track right here. The release of D.E. Al-Quadon Muhammad put the Bears back over the $100 million projected cap space heading towards March. Oh boy, Bears! I'm gonna love the NFC. Bears are gonna be like Christmas list of players. This guy. They're probably gonna honestly
going on a shopping spree. I'm telling you right now.
Orlando Brown might get robbed from Kansas City to Chicago because they need a lineman and they could pay him a lot.
You do need linemen. They do.
Yeah.
They could pay him a lot.
They're not going to spend all $100 million, but they're going to leave some for Justin Fields and some of the other guys.
Yeah, the Raiders have a large amount of cap. The biggest thing they need to do is they need to re-sign. Well,
How
first
much
of
free
all,
space do they have?
yeah, let's look. Yeah, 235 mil. So let's look
Okay.
at let's look at their players and who are leaving, or at least are expiring their contracts, and see who we think they need to keep. Derek Carr is
Obviously,
officially gone. He
Carr is
cannot
gone.
stay. Yeah.
Jacobs is gone.
I mean, I would really hope that they would try to keep him to stay. They also
If they
have
didn't sign that 5th year, nah.
Clyden Farrell, Anthony
Cleveland.
Everett, Brandon Parker, Denzel Perryman, Josh Jacobs, Jerry Tillery, Mac Hollins, who I think they really need to keep. Rocky
What?
Sin.
Yeah,
Mac
Hollins was actually a decent wide receiver.
Hollins was pretty good.
this
Yeah.
year.
Jacob Johnson, Keenan Cole, Jerron Harmon, Jermaine Elamure, Jaden Brown, Andrew Billings, Amir Abdullah, Isaiah Rochelle, Jordan Jenkins, Micah Kisser, Tashawn Bauer, Matthias Farley, Sidney Jones, Roderick Tamer, Jesper Horsted, Curtis Bolton, Jarrett Stidham, and Foster Moreau.
Foster Moreau. I forgot about him.
Yeah, he was pretty good this season because Darren Waller was out a couple times with injuries and
Yeah.
also rest. So I think Foster would be a good person to keep. I definitely think if you can re-sign Stidham to a low deal, because he was pretty good in the games that he played behind Carr, he could be a good guy to keep. Maybe see what he can do. Maybe a Brock Purdy experiment. I don't know. I definitely think the biggest issues they need to address is their defense. Besides Matt Crosby, that entire defense is awful.
Oh yeah,
It's bad.
Oh yeah.
it's some severe overhauling.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely maybe try to keep Rocky Sin. He's a decent corner for them. As for who they go after, could Orlando Brown be considered? Maybe he's still. I don't know exactly know their line situation.
They don't really. Their O line's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. The biggest thing is that they need to look for a quarterback for Devontae Adams, because that's going to be a draw for quarterbacks. They need a new coach, obviously, but obviously when they're looking at
for a second year in a row, they're in the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes. So.
They're not gonna get them.
I doubt they will. So, and assuming they don't trade up in the draft, and people like Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are gone, they might pick somebody out of there or try to go for another.
They could try to get a new quarterback. I mean, they have the number 7 pick. They could end up being quarterback. There's also other quarterbacks on this list. So if we look at this right here, this is just the quarterback. So Carr, no. Brady's retired. There's Baker Mayfield. What?
Baker.
What if Brady comes back out of retirement again? I'm just saying.
No.
Not keeping my hopes up about it, but
he officially signed the waiver with Tampa Bay saying he will not return. So they can avoid his contract.
Baker's AV is $8 million? The fuck?
Yes,
really? Evidently.
Because of first round pick.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Baker
Garoppolo.
Mayfield, yeah. Bridgewater could be good if he stays healthy. You got Jacoby Brissett, who played an amazing start of the season before he was just, robbed by, the.
We skipped over Daniel Jones a bit too.
You know what?
Had a bit of a career renaissance under Brian Dable this year.
I could see Garoppolo going to the Raiders.
Garoppolo makes sense.
But again, Garoppolo doesn't win you games, but he doesn't lose you games. You gotta want a guy that's gonna win you games. So I think you could have. I mean, I could see a Daniel Jones being attracted there. I don't know if you want to go with Baker.
Daniel Jones is gonna stay in New York.
I don't see them poaching.
There's no way.
His agent has already said talks have soured with the Giants management.
Oh,
what?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, talks have soured. I don't know. They made him call him a bitch or something.
Also, Dabble isn't the one that picked Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that was the Gettleman regime.
Yeah, but he had a great season. What the fuck? That doesn't make sense.
But sometimes if the coach didn't pick him, he wants his own players that he wants to pick.
It's a business. It's a business.
Yep. The NFL stands for, not for long.
Yeah.
The elite Joe Flacco as a free agent.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like Dalton. Andy Dalton.
I feel like they're keeping. I feel like they're just going to keep Flacco as insurance.
Mike White.
Mike motherfucking White.
Oh, knowing the Raiders are going to try and make a move for Mike White.
You also look. Lamar Jackson could be available.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert.
I think they have the cap space.
Keep forgetting is still in the league.
Cooper Rush. Give me Cooper.
Tyler Huntley.
Cooper Kush.
Trace Mick, I was only playing the last year because Colt McCoy's ribs were sorely.
Minshew
Mania. Yeah, there's a lot of quarterback options that you could see being a good backup or even possibly a starter. Like For crying out loud, Geno Smith is,
Yeah.
possibly not be re-signed by Seattle. Who knows?
If I was Jacoby Brissett, I'd want out of the dumpster fire in Cleveland as fast as possible.
I'd be surprised if Seattle didn't re-sign Geno.
Well, here's the thing: Geno is older. They're starting a rebuild.
Yeah.
Why not start with a young quarterback?
Yeah, he's a decent bridge quarterback.
Yeah, but the thing is, Geno is cheap.
It's true.
Not after winning the comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
He'll still be cheap.
I would
He'll
expect
still be
Geno
cheap.
Smith to get a decent quarterback. He's not going to get anything in the double-digit millions, but I definitely think he could be decently expensive.
Someone's gonna pay him.
You can definitely fetch for something on the market.
Let's look at the market value for Geno
think so.
Smith.
It's 3.
Whoa,
3.5.
While you look at that, go grab something to drink. Yeah,
It should be 3.5.
That's a lot.
That
You can pay
It's like how you watch
3.5
it.
for Geno. Why not?
3.5. His estimated market value is 39 million average annual salary.
No,
See
that's
this big number?
his.
yeah.
No, that 2 years, 78 million. That is 1 year for 39.3.
Yeah, they gave him a shit ton of money.
Wait.
No, this is his estimated after this last season.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Then
see.
why
Now.
was it
Yeah.
saying 3.5
Oh,
on the
damn.
other page? Fuck, I'm confused.
That's how
That's the
much he was
captain.
being paid.
That's how much he was being paid last year. He
Oh,
was on a
gotcha.
backup quarterbacks. Look, this is how much they're being paid last year. Derek Carr, 40 million. Tom Brady, 15 million. Baker, 8.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold, 7. You look at Geno
Because
Smith.
remember, the
3.
Seahawks didn't going into the year. Seahawks didn't know who was going to be the quarterback. Was it going to be Geno Smith? Was it going to be Drew Lock? Was it going to be a third stringer I don't know about?
Right, they didn't
I
know.
like so.
And then Geno Smith emerged as a really good quarterback.
Yeah, so now they got to make a
Yeah.
decision.
So, yeah.
Like, do they
Are
pay
you
him?
going to
Or
pay him a ton of money, or are you going to let him kind of go?
are you going to have to go after a more younger, sexier pick like Jimmy Garoppolo or Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
I say
Yeah,
younger,
what-
but in Jimmy Garoppolo, he's only a
What
year younger
pick
than
do they
Geno.
have though in the first round?
Fifth
Fifth.
overall from Denver.
And also, they have their first round.
Ooh.
They have 2 first-round picks.
That's right, they do. Yeah.
I guess you could.
What
I
their
guess you
position
could
is in the-
rebuild then.
Yeah, they have 2 first rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, they
This
have only
is-
1 first round.
This is Vegas.
No,
Yeah,
that's
they're first round
Vegas.
Vegas only has the 7th pick, the 39th, 71st, 110th, 114, 147, 175, 205, 215, 223, 234.
Huh.
Yeah. So the 7th pick could be a quarterback. That could be CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
It could be. There's a lot of tackles in the draft. A lot of teams want to get a good player.
Yeah.
So it could be Bryce
I don't
Young.
know.
It could be Hendon Hooker. There could be
Bryce
a lot of
Young and
options. At
CJ
that point.
Stroud could go. I feel like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud could go to teams like Houston or Indy that are further up on the pick
Right.
order.
And that'd be the first time that CJ Stroud goes to Indy. He never went there as an Ohio State grad because he couldn't get into the fucking Big Ten championship. Fucking loser.
Someone's salty.
Anyway,
No, I'm a Michigan fan. Fuck that guy.
See, this is why I'm happy I don't really follow college sports.
All right, and then the final team in the NFC or AFC West is the Chargers.
They just need defense. That's all they want.
And
I would
Brandon
say
Staley.
the rating for the Chargers at the end of the season, they got into the playoffs. That's pretty good. However, they were a first-round bump and a bad loss against the Jaguars. Yeah,
That
and
was
a bad
the-
loss.
That
22-point
was the
loss.
hardest charging the Chargers ever chargered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think the biggest issue is that they had injuries that happened in the final game of the season that players shouldn't have been in, and they were in. They had some issues with coaching. They had some issues with coaching, and then at the same time, the worst place in the NFL to be is in the limbo zone. Just missing or just making the playoffs and not going anywhere. You're in the zone where you don't get high picks, and you aren't finishing high enough to attract free agents. You're in this fucking limbo state. So this is a bad place to be. I'm giving them a 4 out of 10 in my scale.
Yeah, if they didn't make the dance, I would given them maybe a 5. But since they did make it and had that embarrassing loss at Jacksonville, I'd have to give it like a 2, maybe a 3 if I was generous.
Pretty average, you know.
4 or
5.
5. Because
4 or
Justin
5, yeah.
Herbert is a good, Justin Herbert's good. He's
He
going
is.
to get killed by the fucking coaching.
Yeah, Staley does.
That's
fucking
3
him up.
teams in the fucking AFC West. The coaching fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their adjusted salary cap total is $227 million. They have some
Khalil
pretty
back.
high.
I remember
They're
that.
negative 19 mil in the cap space.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got to make some decisions here.
Yikes.
That's the adjusted salary cap plus, obviously down all the way down to the estimated cap salary is negative 19 mil. They're paying
think
Joey
this-
Bosa a lot, Khalil Mack a lot, Keenan Allen a lot, Mike Williams a lot, J.C. Jackson a lot, Corey Linsley a lot. And
Sad thing is, though, those are
Just-
good players.
yeah, and then Justin
Yeah, I'm
Herbert
just saying,
is
I've never seen a center pay that
coming.
much.
Justin Herbert's coming up on his final year of his rookie deal.
Yeah, he's due for a big boy contract soon.
And then as far as their draft picks, they have pick number 22 in the first
my
round.
God.
Pick
You-
number
you
2.
know what's-
They have
They're
a second
gonna
round pick,
have-
a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh. So they don't have any
So
adjusted
one of
picks.
each.
You know what's funny? I was playing Madden Fantasy, and Justin Herbert ended up going to the Detroit Lions in my game.
Oof.
It was really funny. It was really
So,
funny.
Yeah, they've
Then
got a
we look-
lot for.
A decent bit. So Kyle Van Noy, inside linebacker, that's a great player. They probably want to re-sign that.
Mm.
Chase
yeah.
Daniel is a backup quarterback
If
on
they
a
have the
two.
money.
Yeah, Chase Daniel is a backup quarterback on a $2 million salary. No. Bryce Callahan,
Also
cornerback. Chris Covington, defensive tackle. Morgan Fox, defensive end. Nasir Adderley, safety. DeAndre Carter, wide receiver. Will Clapp, center. You kind of want to re-sign that. It was pretty good. Richard Rogers, tight end. Tyler Davison, defensive tackle. Troy Reader, linebacker. J.K. Scott, their punter. Jalen Gutton, wide receiver. Trey Pipkins, tackle. Drew Tranquil, linebacker. Storm Norton, right tackle. Brandon Facono, defensive tackle. Michael Bandy, wide receiver. Cameron Dicker, punter. Easton Stick, quarterback. Donald Parham, tight end.
Fahoko. I think he has a brother in the draft this year. could be-
Was it Dicker that was the lead punter, or was it J.K. Scott? I feel like it was Scott because his contract's higher, but they definitely want to obviously have a punter. So 2 of them are getting expired. Sign one of them. Whoever's going to be better
Yeah.
and the better money, definitely say. Donald Parham was okay this season. Actually, he played a bit at tight end, but I definitely say the biggest thing they want to resign. Will Clapp. You want to resign Kyle Van Noy. Those are 2 big pieces
Yeah.
if you can resign them. But then the biggest thing is you want to improve your defense as much as you can because it hasn't looked great, but you're also pretty bad in the cap. So figure out a way to deal with that as far as money moves goes.
And they're far back in the first round this year, so there's not really going to be many top tier defensive pieces on the board by the time their turn comes around, unless they trade up.
Their run defense was shit.
Yeah,
They had a shit run defense.
yeah, I can see them going DT in the first round probably. See what's left on the board by then.
I mean, they're gonna try to keep Joey Bosa. He's good. Good.
Clearly,
They want to keep Mike Williams.
the J.C. Jackson signing is just looking bad for them. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. It
do
definitely
you think
is
you're
not
gonna try to
looking
trade
great.
him?
Like injury is one thing, but also there's rumblings that he's got a bit of a legal battle here back home in New England, so over stuff that I feel like would get demonetized. Whatnot if we were talking about this on YouTube, not that matters here, but
Yeah. Joey Bosa is taking up 13.63% of the cap space. That is a
Damn.
big contract.
Khalil Mack's not far behind with 12%.
And Khalil Mack didn't really
Mm,
show up.
Yeah,
He's too expensive these days.
he could be shipped off, but that's just gonna be a cap hit, I feel.
You wonder why the Bears shipped him out. He's too much. He's worth too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They definitely want to be ready to pay Herbert money because his contract is coming up.
Yep.
So I think that's something they need to prepare for. So they need to be thinking about the future, but also try to prepare because, they're one of the teams that's kind of like, we want to kind of start to win now. We've got a good core. Let's build around it. They have Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa. They have
Mike Williams.
Their window isn't
Williams.
closing, but it's also not getting any wider.
So they either got to make this window work or they're going to start tearing off the window frame. So,
Or more pain.
or more pain, yeah. I definitely think coaching is something that needs to be changed. It's not been a
Oh,
good
yeah.
coaching situation. And AFC West is not a good place to have, for coaching. Besides
Unless
Andy
you're
Reid.
Kansas City. Yeah.
And we'll see about Sean Payton. He could be pretty good.
True.
All
Yeah,
right. But I
speaking
think.
of
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, going back to Denver a second, I forgot that they got themselves their DC this today. Retreading Vance Joseph, which is better than the other 2 prospects I was hearing about, Rex Ryan and Matt Patricia.
Right. And then their
Yeah.
their quarterbacks coach for Denver is actually going to be a 28-year-old guy that like recently retired who is going to be coaching Russell Wilson, who's like 32.
Do we got a name for him?
I don't remember. I saw Adam Schefter posted about it because he thought it was funny because it was, an older guy.
I'm looking it up. Davis Webb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be a Giants QB.
Yep. But yeah, that is our kind of list of what the AFC West teams kind of need to target. Again, the Chargers really need to look at a defense because their defense has not been great this far. But I think that about wraps it up for this Football Stooges XFL Week 1 wrap-up, Week 2 prediction, and AFC West post-season wrap-up. So thank you for joining. Hopefully we'll have the full crew back for next week. It might be 4, it might be 5. We'll see. We got a lot
might be
of
6. You never know.
might be 6, 7. There might be a whole chorus of people behind me.
Just have people like crawling up the sides of the walls here.
Yeah. Well,
He's in the walls. He's in the
Macedon.
goddamn
We'll pull him
walls.
over here. Yeah. We'll take
Just
Mamba,
like
we'll
put
throw him
people
over
on the
here.
sides, but turn them and just only have their heads poking out.
Oh my god.
He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn walls.
All right, but for myself, for K-Duff, for Macedon, and for Mamba, we hope you enjoy the next week of the XFL and the soon-to-be crazy football NFL offseason activities. Have a good night. Run the damn ball. See you next time.